to EntrepreNINES. I'm John Wist.
And I'm Bonni Mace. We are two Enneagram 9s who took the big leap into the world of entrepreneurship at a similar time. And this podcast is a space where we are inviting you to laugh and learn with us as we work to build businesses with soul. This is episode 37.
And we're going to do something we haven't done in a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. And I'm going to start out by saying it's something I love, Bonni.
What?
I hit record without you reminding me today.
It's true. The button is red, everyone.
The button is red.
The button is
red. That means we're good to go. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. So we haven't done stuff we love or struggles real in a long time.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd pull it back out. We've been doing a lot around Work Like a Nine. Mm-hmm. And so I did have I meant to tell you, Bonni.
Oh, here we go.
And we've already hit record.
Real life.
It doesn't matter.
Coming at you.
It's like, oh man, we should create, because some friends of mine from the coaching group have now started a podcast, and they sponsor their own podcast with their company, which is great.
Great.
They have so much fun with it. It's really funny.
Okay.
And I thought, oh man, Work Like a Nine promo.
Yeah.
Sponsors our podcast.
It's true.
We missed the opportunity today, but we can do it at some point. So yeah.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
Get ready.
Maybe
it'll be a whole podcast episode of us riffing Work Like a Nine ads. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
I don't know.
That'd be real fun.
The brainstorming process, the peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not what we're here for today.
No.
But we will talk about that at the end of the episode. So stay tuned.
For sure. But we are going to start with, as we always do, the struggle, because we like to end on a high note with what we love. And let's just be honest, Bonni.
What?
The first struggle happened right before we started recording this podcast.
It's true. And it's my struggle. And it's that my tea kettle is officially melted closed.
Like so melted.
Yeah. John and I often will have some sort of hot caffeinated beverage while we record.
Yeah.
Sorry if you ever hear us swallowing. You were right. We are drinking. And today I was boiling the water, and John went to go pour the water into the tea while I parented a child.
Yeah.
And he said, this is melted plastic.
This is not, you do not want to pour your water through that.
And I said, it's a little deformed already. And he said,
Nope. That's like, it was like I pushed the little button to like lift the little cover thing, and it's just stringy plastic going from the
toxic.
Yeah, toxic, very toxic. So
you want some phthalates in your tea? How do you say that?
Oh, I don't know. No,
what I'm talking about?
Okay, sounds great. But I immediately texted a picture to Mark, and he is rather upset that it is melted.
What did you do? We have a tea kettle that's almost 13 years old. That's what you did.
Yeah. That's what my response was. Is this about what I did? I guess I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
Our teenage tea kettle.
Yeah.
Giving
Seen
up.
better days. So.
Oh, but we still have our tea because there are other ways to warm up water.
Yeah, there are. There's lots of ways.
Is also with my haunted microwave, which is also a struggle in my house right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing just is got a mind of its own.
It has a mind of its own. I don't know. So maybe small appliances are just an issue for me.
There we go.
There you go.
All
John,
right.
what about you? Are you going to jump in with something? Why
don't you tackle a few of yours?
Oh, okay.
I feel like that would be a good way so that we can.
I'm full of the more ridiculous struggles right now.
No, it's okay.
Parenting a non-people pleaser as a people pleaser is currently a struggle.
Ouch. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I learned so much from my eldest son as a recovering people pleaser.
Yep.
And it absolutely blows my husband and I's mind how little regard he cares about
For
anyone
others,
else's happiness.
Yeah.
Like if he really loves you, he does care about, he cares.
Sure.
But deep down, if he doesn't remember he loves you right then, or if he doesn't really love you, like he doesn't care. Your opinion matters not at all in the slightest. And it's just so opposite of me and Mark that we really don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
That's tough. Mm-hmm. That is hard.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I feel like he is, like he's an awesome kid, and he is so he can be so funny, but I do feel like there are just certain things, and like Elliot, our oldest, is this way too, where like their minds get so set and they are so locked in and so stubborn that it really doesn't matter. It has anyone else's input has zero bearing on their decision making at that point, and it is all about what they have set their mind to.
Yeah. Yep.
So I get it.
Like they have to be on board. You know, my brother asked Caleb to be the ring bearer in his wedding. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And before Travis, my brother, got his full sentence out, Caleb was like, no. And like Travis was being he like asked Caleb on his birthday and was like being so like setting it up and being excited. And Caleb immediately was, no, absolutely not. Yeah. And we had to work on it to be like, this has to be his idea that he wants to do it. Because if you convince it, like if we convince him, right, there's a chance on the day he's just going to be
like, peace, deuce, I'm out.
I'm not doing this. I'm not even walking into your wedding. I don't care. You know, like he's got to want to do it. And so we spent a lot of time like talking about it. And he's come around. Yeah. He's down for it.
That's good. That's good.
And he has good reasoning.
Yeah.
But it's as a people pleaser.
So hard.
Yeah. Yeah. My gut reactions are like, everybody's going to love it. Or, you know, everybody will be so happy. And he's like, why do we even care?
Right. Yeah. You want to speak to the side of like his insecurity of like, of the caring. And that's not where
it's not at all. No. It hasn't even crossed his mind. And he looks at me like I'm a fool for even thinking of such things when I bring it up.
I think I've seen those looks before. I think I know what that looks like.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to do my last one?
Yeah. Do your last one, because I feel like it's a good, segue into some other things too. So.
Yeah. Okay. So social media is back to being a struggle again.
Yeah.
I'm more jaded about it. And so there's like a funny side to it. And then there's like this mental health side. And so I'll start with the funny side of like, I've recently gotten this feedback with this program I'm helping with. Yeah. About like, okay, we're not getting the engagement we want to see. And you know what? People respond to like white backgrounds with like plain text. Like, let's ditch the script font. Let's not do any graphics. Let's take away the bold colors. And like, let's just stick to the light backgrounds with the big text. And I'm like, this is a basics. Word document. Mm-hmm. Why am I here as a designer? And I'm so frustrated and jaded by it, because I'm like, if it's good content, shouldn't people read it? And it's not like I'm making illegible graphics. Right. But no, it's the whims, and everybody is like, ooh, this graphic feels trendy. I think I'll look at it. Right. And it makes me jaded. Yeah. It makes me very jaded.
It's okay. You've been in this game for a long time.
Yeah.
And so I do feel like
it'll go away.
Yeah, it'll come and go.
Yeah.
And people will get back to doing the same old things that keep people's attention.
It's true. But I think that's what's making me jaded about it, is it's like, really, like I have to work too hard to figure out what like your shiny object is right now. That's annoying to me.
Right.
So, but then there's me and my behavior. And so then I kind of get it, because then I'm like doom scrolling on social media. So I have this kind of two-sided negative coin that I'm dealing with social media right now, which is like the doom scrolling of all the bad news in the world. Right. And the like, people don't want substance. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my,
because there's a fine line between the two also, probably. Because there could be some good substance there. But you might have to doom scroll for a while to get to it. Yeah. If you don't know what you're looking for. Yeah.
But sometimes I don't mean to doom scroll. I'll just be like happily scrolling along. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh guys, I'm so sorry. It seems like my younger son is building something right above us. So you might hear the tapping. Yeah. That would be a 3-year-old.
It's okay.
Oh, but anyway, like you're scrolling along and then you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
This was much more intense than crap. Yeah. Like now I'm emotionally scarred. Like I was watching a video of a dog and now I'm emotionally scarred. Like, come on. Yeah. It's tough.
I did. We were talking about just before we started, like Sharon Says So is the antidote to doom scrolling.
And she also gives videos of dogs.
Yes, she does. She does it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. She rides that line so well. But I was saying, like, it is a sad state that we're in, that somebody who is like as humanly, as much as humanly possible, like trying to stay in the middle, educational, informative.
She's America's government teacher, y'all, if you don't know about her yet.
Yeah. That she's getting death threats. Like we're in a bad place when someone who is like actively trying to educate and put facts on the table and like as much as possible trying to keep herself out of it. Like, yeah, we're not in a good place.
Here's my question box. Here's an example of what not to put in it. Die, Sharon, die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really, Sharon, you're having to say these words to people?
Right. Well, the fact that you have to instruct people on how to use a question box.
Right.
When the question box says, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like dying would not actually be helpful.
That's not a help to me.
Anyway, Sharon, if you ever hear this, which you probably won't.
Because
you're a busy lady.
We love you.
We love you.
And we appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do.
May your trolls forever
–
sink to the bottom of the ocean or something. I don't know. Go away, trolls. Anyway.
Okay.
Turning a corner to John's struggles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say like there's probably a segment of our listening community who knows what my past couple weeks have been like. But
almost 4, right?
What's that?
Has it been almost 4 weeks?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's so I left for New York on October 6th.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3 weeks. Yeah. So, October 6th, left for New York with my wife, to go be with my mom, who had been placed in hospice. She's been battling, we talked about this very briefly a long time ago, but she was battling brain cancer. And so she was on hospice. And so we were there for a week. And then she passed the day after I left. Yeah. So that was kind of interesting. Yeah. And then it's been a week since then. And then this coming Saturday after this episode gets released will be her memorial. So, so struggle has been very real for a lot of this month. Yeah. But I was talking a little bit with Bonni about like what, kind of what is maybe some of the specific, kind of struggle behind that. Cause I think, when someone dies, like, of course,
there's the obvious struggle.
That's hard, right?
Grief.
Yeah.
Right.
Grief. Right. Mm-hmm. But I was saying like a lot of, I think what we learned and like through counseling and things like that, kind of were able to realize that a lot of what we felt, especially in the week that she was in hospice, was like the realization that we control very little. Mm-hmm. And that as nice as it would be for life to stop for as long as we want it to, we can only put life on pause for so long. Mm-hmm. And once we go back to quote unquote normal life, or once we get, kind of pull ourselves out of that space, like we still don't control how long it's going to take, mm-hmm. when she's going to go, all that kind of stuff. And we don't control the fact of whether we're there or not. Yeah. And so that was all good processing in a lot of ways, but that was the main struggle for us was, basically being with her for a week, mm-hmm. As she very slowly passed, and mm-hmm. then like having to make the decision to go home because we'd been relying on in-laws to watch our kids for an entire week. We hadn't worked. We had, like there were all these things that were pulling us out of that space. And so that was hard, but I think we spent a lot of this year trying to do the things that most people probably don't get time to do, mm-hmm. Like have good conversations and visit a lot and, things like that. So we were very comfortable with the fact that we had spent the year well. Yeah. And that it was going to happen when it was going to happen. Yeah. And we might be there and we might not. Mm-hmm. And so we weren't. And that's okay. And that's okay. As hard as it is to say, it's okay. Yeah. No, but I mean, and we got a lot of encouragement mm-hmm. from the hospice nurses that like, this is just how it happens for a lot of people. Yeah. So there's no shame in it. So yeah.
It's a struggle.
So it has been a struggle. So
I'd call this more than a struggle and more of like impossible decision making.
Yeah.
101.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. And then, and then outside of that, there's like, I guess like, I don't know, planning a funeral when you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's like something that you don't quite, no one teaches you how to do that. And so, that's been interesting. And we've had a lot of help, and I'm like very grateful for the fact that like we have family who's been extremely helpful in getting all the pieces together, and we haven't had to do everything ourselves. But you don't expect to write an obituary. You don't expect to write a eulogy, for your, for your parents when you're in your 30s. So, so it's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin, when she suddenly lost her husband, part of it, one point she said, and I thought, wow, this is profoundly wise, even though you feel like you're probably just screaming nonsense.
Sure.
She said, I'm too young for this crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said, that is very true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And it is.
Yeah.
It's like, you're too young for this crap.
Yeah. And it goes back to the lesson that I think we've learned, which is like, we don't control this. Like this isn't a thing it's not a thing to wrap our arms around or our hands around and figure it out. Like there is no figuring it out.
No.
There's only just like walking through it. And, and everyone has their own way to do that is the other thing. Like we can't prescribe for anyone how to do that. And so the only thing I control is how I walk through this. I can't do anything else. So yeah.
Yeah. Any other struggle would be a bit hard to identify this time. It's kind of a consuming struggle.
It has been an all consuming thing. Yeah, for sure. So
yeah.
Other than that, life's fine. So
I mean, that's the crazy thing. I think for anybody, okay, so my October email is probably going to be, it's not probably, I already wrote it, John.
Okay.
So I'm just going to,
I was going to say, Bonnie, when you say your October email, it's like going out this week or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Soon.
Okay.
And it is processing this idea of like, okay, there's like death, but then like, there's all these things that keep happening. And I think that's sort of a little bit of the heart of like this episode of just that.
Yeah.
Henry Nouwen coming back, of like, okay, there's the hard stuff and there's death, and then there's like life and birth and new all at the same time.
Yep.
And if it feels like a lot, because that is a lot. Those are two very juxtaposed wild things.
Yeah.
And so anyway, learning how to not numb out because of how juxtaposed those two things are, I think is the challenge.
Right. So just as before we were recording earlier today in my time, I was writing the eulogy and Henry Nouwen is in the eulogy and thank you, Bonnie.
You're welcome.
And just like I'm going to butcher the quote, but like the like crushing we feel like doesn't take into account the wine we will become, he says. And so something along those lines. And so it's like, the in the moment, pain, is an in the moment thing. And at the same time, the things that we don't see happening in that moment is the joy to come, down the road. And so, and how things like this, like mold us and form us and change us, and there's a part we do play in that, that we can decide how this is going to mold and form and whether we're going to see the joy in the suffering or not, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is going to be a great moment to interject that little transitional music we have, because I think my son has escaped his room and we might need to hit the pause button.
Okay. We'll do that. Okay. Isaac is back in the room.
Yes.
So here we go.
3-year-old contained.
With stuff we love.
Oh, gosh. John, kick us off. You were excited about your first one.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a busy time for sports enthusiasts. Mm-hmm. And I kind of have enjoyed that because I feel like there's like a window of like some downtime in the summer when there's not a ton going on. Yeah. And you kind of like be like, what's going to happen now? Like,
I think Mark calls those the just baseball months.
Yeah. That's a very accurate way of putting it. Because like, I like baseball, but when it's the only thing happening, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
All right.
Mark feels a sense of pride.
Yeah.
John's bored.
Yeah, I'm bored. I'm bored. So yeah, no, it's been kind of fun. Like and some of it is because like teams that I enjoy are doing well. Like Maryland has a decent football team this year. That's great. I like Premier League soccer and that's back and that's fun. I also like F1 and that's also, well, that goes through the summer, but they take this summer break. That's like a month and a half long.
Okay.
And so it's just baseball.
Yeah.
We're back around to just baseball again. So anyways, that's...
Isn't F1 European?
Well, it's all over.
Oh, okay.
So they just had a race this weekend in the United States.
Oh, okay.
So...
I was thinking that would hold up for a very European sport.
Yeah.
A month and a half off. But anyway, continue on.
But it does, because it is, it's European based.
European.
Yeah. So there's F1. Hockey's back, which is great, although the Caps are going to suck this year. So I'm going to have to just trudge through that.
Trudge.
Yeah. It's been an enjoyable fall of just having more than just baseball. Although I haven't greatly enjoyed playoff baseball this year. So
I mean, I would be remiss to say the Rangers are now in the World Series, which is it was a hard time for us a few weeks ago as baseball fans because the Rangers and the Orioles were playing each other, and those are like our household's two teams.
Right.
And we had a lot of Texans being like, who are you cheering for?
Yeah.
And Mark was so he was so torn.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whoever's winning. I was being snarky. Which happened to be the Rangers relentlessly.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I don't know what happened to the Orioles.
Yeah,
they just gave up.
Had no offense. So.
Mark bought playoff tickets for way too much money that we couldn't afford, but he had a plan to like make us more money.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to go to both of these.
Right.
Guess what?
Didn't get to go to anything.
The Orioles just flamed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got all your money back.
Yeah. Whatever. All the money back. But no more money than we had before.
No more. There was a promise of more. So, yeah. Lots of sports.
I agree, though. It's good.
So, it's good.
Good time.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. My first thing I love. I'm not going to do it on the list. John's laughing at this list.
Right. Yeah. That's right. You're replacing it.
It's going to be the free New York Times games.
Yes.
There's lots of them if you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it started with Wordle.
Yep.
Which I still avidly Wordle.
Okay. I'm not a big Wordler anymore.
I know. So many people are not. And Mark isn't either. And like a few weeks ago, he found out I still Wordle. And I was like, yes, I still Wordle. It's delightful.
Yes, I still Wordle.
Also, look at my stats. They're impressive.
Yeah.
And then Caleb, for whatever reason, was like poking around on Mark's phone because he has the New York Times Games app.
Yeah.
And he found Letterboxd. And I was like, well, this is intriguing. I like this. And so I've been playing Letterboxd. Mm-hmm. And then last week, my brother-in-law, Dylan, sent all of us Connections, which is like the newer game.
Yeah.
And it's basically like word association. It's a grid of 4x4, 16.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's 16 words and you have to categorize them into groups of 4.
Yeah.
But it can be tricky.
Yeah. I really like that one.
Yeah.
Like
that makes sense to me about
when we were in New York, my aunt like told me about that and I was like, ooh, let me check that out. And so far I'm on a hot streak. Haven't gotten one wrong yet.
Did you do the one with all the F's?
No, okay. I didn't see that. I must have missed that day.
There was I think it was last Saturday. It was Saturday, I think. And it was like all the words started with F.
With F. Oh.
And I could not. My brain couldn't.
You're like, I don't know. They're all F's.
I failed so hard because I was like, I don't know. Words that start with F. That's all I can come up with here. But that's all of them. Today.
That's funny.
So none of my other siblings or siblings-in-laws have latched on.
Okay.
And so now Dylan and I just text back and forth our scores.
That's funny.
And today he sent me one and his first guess had a different color square like all 4 different colors in the first row.
Wow.
And I said, wow, the first row is all the colors for you. Impressive. And he said, that's a nice way of saying horrible guess.
You guessed every single category, but you acted like they were all one category. That's funny.
It made me laugh because I was like, oh, I've never seen that before. And then he said, way to say horrible guess. And I was just like, it made me laugh out loud. Funny. So
that is funny.
Thanks, Dylan. It's a fun game.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. On the topic of apps or things, I have not been a Marco Polo person for a very long time. I had it very briefly.
But it was a bad season.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like the pandemic that you had it the first time, right?
Yeah.
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 And I hated it then too.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. I didn't enjoy that. But I'm using it now.
Yeah.
To talk to one person.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. So a friend of ours who we also worked with who moved to Hawaii. And it's very hard to keep in touch with someone in Hawaii.
It is.
Because the time difference is very dramatic.
Vast.
And so she's like, you know what? If, like, because we've been talking, she had like a friend who passed of cancer. And so with my mom stuff, like we had been trying to keep up a little bit more. And so she's like, you got to get Marco Polo. It's just so much better than trying to like organize a time, that's good for you and good for me. Like we can talk whenever. So it's been good. Yeah. It is funny. Like I feel like I was warned by Bonni that our friend Rachel would be a little long-winded in her Marco Polos. And I also feel like I have generously returned the favor of being long-winded in Marco Polos. So,
it's a monologue app.
Yeah. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to feel awkward at first, but I feel okay about it now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely hated it when it was first imposed for John and I was like, we can't work. We have to work from home because the state says, so let's all use this app. Yeah. And it was like, my introverted self was kind of like, no, I'm finally not having to accidentally bump into you guys. I'm not inviting you to digitally interrupt me.
Right.
And so I was a butthole about it.
Yeah.
And then
I just never used it. Like I just never ever.
Oh yeah.
I just never used
People would send me videos and I would only respond back with text.
Oh, interesting.
They didn't have the premium version then.
Yeah.
But then we got it again so that Caleb could kind of like talk to some of our long distance family without like just on the iPad without having to like call them or whatever. Yeah. And so then that worked. And then I saw a couple of my friends were on there. And so now I talk to a couple of them via Marco Polo.
I will say there's like a little bit of not a learning curve, but maybe like a, like feeling comfortable curve of like.
Yeah. Cause it looks like you're talking to yourself.
Right. And also like, I almost feel like I have to be in a space alone. Alone, like to like talk to myself into my phone. Yeah. Like I just feel like, and also to listen to like whatever they're saying. I just feel like I have to have like, it feels a little, I don't know, vulnerable.
It's more demanding than a text.
Yeah, it feels a little vulnerable to just like whip out your phone anywhere and start doing it. So, yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah, but I will say, with time it does get easier. Today, I Marco Polo'd my friend Amanda with a clay face mask on.
Nice,
because she just popped in.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Check it out. My face is green.
Nice.
But it's fun. Okay.
It's fun.
Marco Polo. Let's see. One that I will go with is Costco.
Costco. Okay.
I'm loving Costco. Thanks, mother-in-law. The story goes like I was very against Costco because I had previously had a Sam's Club membership, and Sam's Club makes me infuriatingly mad every time I walk in there. Yeah. Because you go in there and you think you're going to find something in Sam's Club, and then it's not there. Yeah. And you're like, why on earth don't they have Coca-Cola and a Max Pack? Like, what is going on? Right. What, suddenly you don't have Coca-Cola anymore? That's ridiculous. Right. And so I thought Costco was just like the same thing, but different, different name. It's not. My mother-in-law is a Costco evangelist to the point that every time she would come in town, when you ask Caleb, like, what do you want to do with Granny? Yeah. He said, I want to go to Costco.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. Yes. That is hilarious.
Let's go to Costco. Every time we're in Texas, what do you want to do with Granny? She's going to take me to Costco. It's like so weird. So I finally gave in and we got the membership this year. And it's worth it. Yeah. Yeah. We've definitely made back the money we paid for the membership.
That's good. Yeah.
So
we have been riding the coattails
it's true
of Bonnie's membership a little bit.
Don't tell Costco though.
Yeah. And Lauren's been going with her a couple times. And I will say, I was saying to Bonnie as we were creating our list that like, we have not had to buy meat from a regular grocery store in like weeks because we just, it's always there. It's like, we just bring home a whole bunch of it and freeze it and it's always there. And so, you know, like you start to, and cause I'm probably like Mark, like I get a little like worried when I see the amount of money that is spent at Costco. And I'm kind of like, and I tried to have this conversation with Lauren and I did not approach it the right way. And I apologize because I didn't approach it from the right angle. I put myself in some hot water. But you know, you see the numbers and you're kind of like, and we still have to go to the grocery store. So like, how does this work?
And to be fair, how we've presented the numbers to you has been aggressive and unapologetic.
Yeah.
So basically, listeners, what we will have done is while Lauren is usually wrestling Amelia into a car seat, is what has previously happened.
Yeah.
I will just tally up what they owe on their receipt because we just like pay together because Costco doesn't want us to share.
Right.
And so, and then I just text the number alone.
Yeah.
To our family group message that includes John, Lauren, and my husband and myself.
Yeah.
And so it's just like $280.91.
The first time.
Like, no.
The first time you did it, Mark was like, "What is this? Who spent this?
Why are you sending me a large amount of money?"
And I was like,
text?
"I'll be sending you a Venmo, Mark." It was like, "Oh, this is so painful."
Yeah.
But you know, when you're not having to buy meat every week at the grocery store, like that has a big impact.
And like the little things add up. Because I will say like, one thing that I'm aware that your wife buys every time is those little meat sticks.
Yep.
Those bad boys are not cheap.
No.
But they are cheaper.
Yes.
When you buy them in bulk.
Or like allergy medicine.
Oh my goodness,
like she'll get that there and it is like significantly cheaper to buy it there. So it's like, and you're spending more in that moment because of course you're getting like a freaking huge mega pack.
Size,
so you're paying a lot more in the moment, but it's taking you further down the road. So
today I saw an Instagram reel that was like, Costco should buy everyone one of these refrigerators one of these freezers with their membership. And it was just like the stand-up freezer that had like 7 drawers.
Nice.
And it was like, that's true.
Yeah.
Because I would fill that bad boy.
Because you need all that space.
Yes, I would fill it.
It has been a season of a very full freezer for us.
Very full freezer. So. We don't have big freezers, John.
No, we don't.
So that's our one Costco downfall.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Maybe we need a family deep freezer. It's about to happen.
That's a good idea.
Anyway.
All right. Okay, so my last one is normally we talk about TV shows at some point. So the TV show that we are enjoying right now is, I'm going to say the anglicized way, and then also the French
way.
Yeah. Lupin. Lupin. So it's a Netflix show. It's in its 3rd season. It's great. It's about the gentleman burglar. It's actually a series of books about a character named Lupin, who's the gentleman burglar. And it's just really enjoyable. So if you like foreign dubbed, subtitled shows, and you like, I would say like, it's like a lighthearted in a lot of ways, especially for the first 2 seasons, like a lighthearted drama. It's not super gritty or anything like that. Like there's a lot of just fun and humor to it. So
he's like a French Robin Hood from the way you described it, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's always stealing from people who are very, very well off. Yeah. It's never to victimize like the common person. So yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Netflix,
that's pretty fun.
People.
Netflix. Yeah.
On the Netflix. 3 seasons.
3 seasons. Plenty of content to get through. Good bingeable show at some point. So.
Okay.
You have one more?
I have one more.
Okay.
I have 2, but I was going to get it down to 1.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with having pants that fit.
I like that one. I feel like it's a good one. I feel like it's probably a more common struggle that when you find it, it's like
clouds open up.
Yeah.
Was that your angel singing?
That was
impression?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
They sound minorly distressed, but we'll work on that. Yeah.
Yeah. The distressed angels are singing because I found the right pants.
Pants. Yeah, it's been a long time coming because, I just mentioned I have a 3-year-old and that is my youngest child. Mm-hmm. So the last time my body would have been malformed by pregnancy is a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I really struggled because whenever I was ready to buy pants after Isaac, the trend was super high-waisted.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that makes me look like an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
When I wear super high-waisted, like touching my bra waistband. And I just don't feel that's appropriate for my bra and my pants to meet.
Well, it just tells you who came up with the trend.
Not a short person.
It was not someone of your stature.
No.
Or my stature.
Not at all. Ridiculous. And so I'd be like, I'd go and I'd try on 2 pairs of pants and I'd be like, well, this is up to my bra. This is ridiculous. How am I supposed to find? Anyway.
Yeah.
I hope it's okay and not now an explicit episode because I said the word bra. That would be really misogynistic, by the way, podcast. But anyway.
I'm the one who gets to click the button that says if it's explicit or not.
Well, don't be a misogynist.
I'm not going to.
Okay. So I finally it was spurred from I had to measure myself for this bridesmaid dress.
Okay.
And so it's like, well, I'm going to measure all the things. So I guess I'll find pants.
Yeah. Great.
That fit.
Yeah.
And then I had some time to myself in a Target. And so then I didn't even have to measure because I could actually go into a changing room without a child being like, why are we in here? I think I'm going to scream as loud as possible because it's echoey. And so then I tried on pants and I don't have pants that fit.
Nice.
And it's like, oh, it's not that I hate jeans. It's that I was a sausage.
Yeah.
And other jeans. And that's why I hated wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Now I don't mind wearing jeans.
Yeah.
So anyway, pants that fit. Stuff I love.
One of the best inventions by humans ever. Putting stretchiness into jeans. And I know I'm talking as a man. I get that. But I will say.
You're allowed to have stretchy pants too.
Stretchy pants for a man is beautiful. Thank you, whoever invented that.
Yeah.
But I was saying, Lauren found me a pair of jeans at Marshall's for $20. They're nice jeans. They're fantastic because they fit well. And when they don't fit well, they aren't fantastic. And so I do feel like that is a human thing that it's just nice to have pants that fit.
Huge quality of life.
Yeah.
I will say, shout out to my younger sister, Robin, because it was a few months ago. She texted my sister, me and my other sister, and she's like, look, I just got the bigger pants and my life has changed. This is a PSA to just say, get the bigger pants.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of fixation on body shape and weight, in our upbringing for sure.
Yeah.
All around.
Sure.
And so I think that was her therapeutic moment of I realized I needed someone to say this to me. And so now I'm going to say it to you.
Yeah.
And so I got the bigger pants and I texted Robin. I said, Robin, I got the bigger pants.
Yeah.
It is great.
Yeah.
And she said, I told you and I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Get the bigger pants.
Get the bigger pants.
And it's fine.
It is. I think that is a very healthy message that fashion isn't function.
Oh my goodness. Yep.
And so many times you just need some function in your life.
Yeah.
And it's okay to go with the function.
Being irritated by my pants button is not something I need.
Right.
On a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's better things to be annoyed by.
Like my children screaming in dressing rooms.
Yeah. Because they like the echo.
Or my melted tea kettle.
Oh man.
Which is a thing now.
That's so good.
Maybe I'll just put it in the trash before Mark gets here.
You should.
The tea
that
kettle.
would be great.
Anyway.
You know what I'll do? I'll follow up with, I'll send some links to some electric kettles.
There you go.
He'll love it.
Save the day. Anyway, this has been The Struggle is Real and Stuff We Love, friends.
Oh man.
I kicked off our Work Like a 9 weekly prompts with this and it was fun.
Oh yeah. It was good. I feel like it opened up some good conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I learned that someone had a wall full of blackberries.
Yeah.
Raspberries? Blackberries? What did she have? Some kind of berries that I wanted to eat and her dogs were eating them and I felt very jealous of her dogs.
Nice.
And that's where that conversation went for me that day.
That's fantastic.
But you can be a part of that Voxer group. Should we tell them how?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we host a co-working group once a month called Work Like a Nine. And we meet on the third Monday of every month at 1 p.m. for about an hour. It's great. We had our first hot seat this month, which was
a blast.
Really fantastic. Just a really good time to focus on a specific issue for one specific person, but allowing all of us to kind of speak into that, learn from it, that kind of a thing. It was really great. And yeah, I think what's cool about Work Like a Nine, because if you've been in another coaching group or co-working group, there's often a very specific goal in mind of, business advancement or professional advancement. What I love about already kind of what we've been able to do is like, this is very much about like personal growth.
Yeah.
And like how we approach our business based off of how we're doing. And that's not necessarily something you get down into in other places. And so I think that's been really awesome to just like work from a place of like, how am I doing? What is going on in my heart and my soul? And how is that reflecting in my business and causing either issues to happen or good things to happen, whatever it may be. So you can join us by going to entrepreneurs.com. There's a way to sign up there. It's $9 a month. We'd love to have you. There's a Voxer group, like Bonni said, that we get to chat on in the in-between. And then we get to hang out every month. So
yeah, we'd love to have you. We're doing a referral thing right now that if you bring a friend and they say that you brought them and they sign up and they pay the $9, we're going to give you a month free. Yeah. Because we really like that. But we appreciate that about you. And we'd love to have you. Be a friend. Be an entrepreneur working nine.
What she said.
That was a nonsense word.
I was going to say, I don't know what that I had a little trouble following it, so I just decided to let you own that, Bonni.
Sometimes I just try to stick the word entrepreneur in weird
ways.
In
other places.
Doesn't work.
That's okay. That's all right.
Don't do it.
It's fun. It's a fun game.
I'll go back to making my Word document graphics now.
Oh, God.
All right, friends.
By the way, don't feel pressure to do that for EntrepreNINES or Work Like a Nine.
No.
You let your creativity run to your heart's desire,
The
Bonni.
memes will come. I'm enjoying the memes. I like the memes. They're stupid.
Great. No, they're wonderful.
They make me laugh.
Yeah, they're great.
The last time I tried to choose a meme, my husband was looming over my shoulder. And he's like, well, I just wanted to see what funny memes were about rejection. And I was like, well, newsflash, sir. This is just Google. And if you type in funny memes about rejection, you too will receive these results. Go away.
5, go do your work. Go research, 5. Go do it. Oh
anyway, so that's how I find the memes for our podcast.
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, thank you for spending 45 minutes of your time listening.
You can find us on the internets, and all these links that we reference will be in the show notes. And we'd love to have you follow along at our socials, even though we're mad at them.
It's okay. It's all right. We'll do our best.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to be not part of the doom scroll.
Yeah.
For you.
That's
and feel free to leave us a rating and review. We'd love that if you would do that so that other people can find us and enjoy it. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.